Hey guys, it's Mrs. Colson. I decided to make a video for you guys on adding and subtracting in scientific notation, just to make sure you guys are understanding the steps and going through some problems with you guys. So I did write a little reminder on here, Lars. So remember, if we move the decimal to the left, we have to add to our exponent. If we move the decimal to the right, then we have to subtract from our exponent. So just a little reminder there. Let's go ahead and look at our first problem that I have here. And so you know, I do have my notes pulled up. Just like we do in class, I expect you guys to be going through those steps until you have those steps down. So the first step says, are the powers of 10 the same? So if we look at our powers of 10, we notice our exponents are the same. And when they are the same, that makes our life really easy. We can just go ahead and add our coefficients here. And I know I'm adding because there's an addition sign. So I'm going to add my coefficients. 3 plus 2.4. Put a 0 in there. Add my decimal point. 0 plus 4 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. And bring down my decimal. Let me scoot that up a little bit for you guys. All right, so we added our coefficients, and then we keep our power of 10 the same. And we are done. There's our answer for that problem. All right, let's slide and go ahead and do another example. So this time, we are subtracting. I'm going to go ahead and circle that. I need to look at my exponents, look at the powers of 10, see if those exponents are the same. This is -6 and this is -6. So again, that makes our life really easy. We can go ahead and just subtract these coefficients here. So I'm going to write it out. And we're subtracting. You always want to make sure you line up those decimals. 8 minus 5 is 3. Bring down my decimal point. 7 minus 4 is 3. So now we have our coefficient, and we keep our power of 10 the same. So there's another example for you guys. Now, let's look at a problem where we look at our powers of 10, and we notice that our exponents are not the same. This is a power of 6, and this is to the power of 5. So when we are looking at that, if you're looking at your notes, we need to do step 2, which says we need to adjust our power of 10 so that they have the same exponent. We cannot add or subtract our coefficients until our exponents are the same. And there is a little trick that we can do to make our life a little bit easier. We are going to make the smaller exponent match our larger exponent. So we want to make this 5 turn into a 6. And in order to do that, we need to move our decimal to the left. Remember Lars. When we move the decimal to the left, we add. And if we move it to the right, we subtract. So here I am going to write my coefficient, and I'm going to move the decimal to the left 1 time. By moving the decimal to the left 1 time, I can now add 1 to my exponent. So I'm going to rewrite this out just like we would do in class. We want everything to be nice and neat. Bring everything down. And now our exponents are the same. So now we can go ahead and subtract our coefficients. Remember to line up your decimals. I'm going to subtract these, bring my decimal point down. Now we have our coefficient, and we keep our power of 10 the same. This could also be written as 6 times 10 to the 6th power. Okay, let's try another one where our exponents are not the same. And I'm going to keep that note up there for you guys. Okay, so looking here, when we look at our powers of 10, we notice our exponents are not the same. So we need to make them the same. And again, we're following step 2 on our notes where it says, it is easier to adjust the smaller exponent to equal the larger exponent. So we need to look at our exponents here and figure out which one is smaller. We can just make a quick little number line if we're not sure. And we can easily see on this number line, hey, -3 is our smaller exponent. So we need to make that a -2, and we're gonna do that by moving the decimal to the left one place, because when we move it to the left, we add to our exponent. So here, I'm going to write my coefficient. I'm gonna move the decimal to the left one place. By doing that, I can now add 1 to my exponent. I'm gonna rewrite this out. -3 plus 1 is now -2. So now it matches our exponent over here. Now we're gonna rewrite everything, bring everything down. Don't forget your subtraction sign. Now our exponents are the same, so we can go ahead and subtract our coefficients. So I'm going to subtract these coefficients here. 3.5 minus 0.66. Now I'm going to have to do some borrowing in order to do this. I need to go all the way over here and borrow from our 3. (10 minus 6 is 4. 14 minus 6 is 8. I'm going to bring down my decimal point, and then we bring down our 2. Now I have my coefficient, and I keep my power of 10 the same. All right, one more problem for you guys. So again, our very first step is always to look at our power of 10, see, are our exponents the same or are they different? And if we look here, we can see these are not the same, they are different. We need to adjust them and make them the same. We're gonna make our smaller exponent match our larger exponent by moving our decimal to the left. Remember, lars. When we move our decimal to the left, we can then add to the exponent. Now, in order to make this 3 become a 5, we're going to need to add 2 to this, which means we need to move our decimal to the left 2 times. 1, 2. And you can fill that in with a 0 there. And then because we moved our decimal to the left 2 times, we now have to add 2 to our exponent. So let's go ahead and rewrite this. 10 to the 5th power. Now it matches our larger exponent over here. I'm going to rewrite everything, bring down our addition sign. Okay, exponents are the same. So now we can go ahead and add our coefficients. So I'm going to add my coefficients here. Make sure that you line those decimals up. 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Bring down your decimal point. Bring down your 5. And now we have our new coefficient. Keep your power of 10 the same. And we are done. Now I do want to show you guys something. Last week we learned about how to convert numbers that are in scientific notation to standard form. So taking a number that's written in scientific notation and writing it in standard form, which is just the number. So if I wanted to take this and write this in standard form, all I would need to do is move the decimal to the right 3 times because it's a positive exponent, which means this number is going to be bigger. So I want to go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to show you why. So we're going to write this number in scientific notation in standard form. I'm going to move the decimal to the right 3 times to make this a larger number. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my other number over here. This time I'm going to move my decimal to the right 5 times because my exponent is a 5 and it's positive. So it's going to give us a bigger number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fill in those zeros. So now I have 2 numbers and it says to add these. So I can add these together and my answer should match this answer up here if we did it correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and add these numbers. I'm going to write it out so that they're lined up. I'm going to add these together. So we have 532,500. Now if I take my answer that I already got when I added these 2 numbers in scientific notation, if I take that answer that we have and I convert this answer to standard form, it should match this. So if I wanted to write my answer in standard form, I would move my decimal to the right 5 times. It's a positive 5, so it's going to give us a big number. So I'm going to write it over here. And I'm going to move my decimal to the right 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me rewrite that so that we can easily see. Hey, our answers match, so we know we did it right. That is an easy way for you to check and make sure you are doing this correctly. I miss you guys. I hope you guys are all doing well. I want you to know I am here to help you. Feel free to call me, email me, text me. I'm here to help. You guys are doing an awesome job. I know that this is not easy. Hang in there. We will get through it. Miss you guys. Bye.